Hi. Hi.
There we are. Okay, we'll just work the press conference the same way, so if you raise your hand, we'll work our way around the room. And you go, yep.
Good evening, Mr. Emery. Welcome to Amsterdam. You've obviously studied your opponent. Do you think it's a typical Ajax team? And what characteristics of this team stand out, do you feel?
Good evening. Yes, of course. Ajax, they have my all respect. And historic club in Europe, great experiences they had. And now maybe 3 or 4 years ago, they were playing the semi-final in Champions League, and they were very close to play the final. But always they are promoting a lot of young players. They are exploiting the talent a lot here, and they sold before a lot of players being successful with them. But now I am sure they are going to play with as well young players, maybe in the next year, in 2 years, or in the future, they are going to be very important players. And the respect is because I think they are not doing the very consistent season this year, but I think they are progressively getting better. And of course, for them to play here with their support at home, tomorrow I think they're going to play with a very great atmosphere here supporting them. I think they are going to show the best performance.
Thank you. And do you feel you have to balance your interests in the Premier League, the battle for top 4, with the interests in Europe?
Both. We had to try to play both competition now, being consistent and being a clear objective to try to get something important. Of course, the Premier League is 38 matches, and we are now in the 4th position, and of course it's a very good opportunity to try to keep it. But now we are focusing like we did before in groups, Conference League, because as well to play Europe for us is very important. Last year we did a very big effort to play in Conference League, and we have to try to be consistent here in Conference League, and of course with our supporters try to do one way, hopefully enjoying at the end of the season.
Thank you.
Yeah. Could you just give us an update on Jacob Ramsey, who went off obviously at the weekend with a foot injury? What's the situation with him and any other players in terms of availability?
He's not available for tomorrow. He's not with a big injury, but we have to wait every day how he is progressing to be available for the next match on Sunday. But the good news is not again a important injury like he had before.
Guys, you need to put your hands up so we know who we're coming to next, please.
Unai, were these the kind of games that you wanted and looked forward to when you took the Aston Villa job, these kind of big tests?
Yes. I like to play in Europe, and I am trying to transmit the players as well. Europe always is very, very difficult. It's really, for me, very excited and motivated way to achieve something here in Europe, like I did before. But the most important is try to get as well prestige, play in Europe, play in different countries, different football cultures. To play against one team like Ajax, for me as well, is the first time I am here. I am playing in Europe 60 years in a row, but I never play here. And of course, for me as well, is motivated to play here in this stadium against Ajax Amsterdam. And with Aston Villa, I want to share. I want to take a moment, being as well for myself as well important in my career, and tomorrow is a very good opportunity to prepare the match, to get our good performances here, building as well our team and trying to beat Ajax Amsterdam.
Obviously, two really big teams. Do you think it has more of a feel of a Champions League game to it than a Conference League game?
I respect a lot each competition in Europe. And of course, we are going to face tomorrow Ajax Amsterdam, and they were playing the semi-final in Champions League 3 years ago. Myself, even, I was playing in semi-final with Villarreal in Spain in Champions League. But at the same time I played in Champions League, I played in Europa League, and I won some titles in Europa League. And I played in Conference League last year for the first time. And I really appreciate Europe in every competition I was facing. And now, as well, I want to enjoy in Conference League. And if we are playing here in Conference League, two teams like Ajax Amsterdam and like Aston Villa, I think it's good for both teams. And it's not my mind the possibility to avoid each competition because we are not feeling is something important. Because I think Europe always is prestige, and this competition is 2 years ago started this competition with Rome winning last year. The first year was
West Ham last year.
West Ham last year, West Ham, and 2 years ago Rome. I think they are both teams, very prestige team as well, historic club as well. And I think always is a prestige for every clubs, for every countries, and for every coaches or players or clubs.
Unai, you've got a big game tomorrow, but it's a monster game on Sunday. Will you go as strong as possible tomorrow night and let Sunday take care of itself?
I want to separate each competition, and we are improving, and we are taking experiences, playing important matches during the week. We did before in groups, and now we are going to start playing again Ajax Amsterdam between 2 matches, very important matches as well in Premier League, Tottenham on Sunday and West Ham next Sunday. But if we want to raise our level, to increase our level, playing important games is very important to play matches like we are going to play in this week, in the next week. And of course, we have to be competitive. We have to get our performances in different competition, even playing with some players repeating matches playing, or even because we have players in the squad can get the performances like we will need tomorrow and Sunday. This is the really challenge I have as well as a coach. It's not the starting 11 players. It's as well the squad. They play the squad. The player they will be tomorrow available to play. They will be able to play tomorrow 100% in their performances, 90 minutes, and be ready as well to play on Sunday again, being competitive.
Good evening. You often read that you prepare your teams, almost obsessively maybe, with a lot of detail, attention to detail. Can you tell us how that works? How do you prepare your team for Ajax for tomorrow?
My routine with the players is always to be very respectful of the opponent and analyzing myself the tactical idea or the tactical way they did. and then show their players and try to prepare our game plan, respecting them, adapting of them, and being competitive against them. And for ourselves as well, try to build our team with our structure tactically. This is the routine I have when we are facing each match, each team. Of course, we are trying to work details, but not now for tomorrow. We are trying to work details during the year, and when we are arriving here in March, we have a lot of work before. We did trying to remind the players to focus and to do tomorrow, and of course the last work in the details is try to understand Ajax Amsterdam collectively, tactically, the idea, and try to face them knowing it, and then individually as well try to respect each individual skill, quality they have. And tomorrow, I think, and I know, I expect the best of them on the pitch, and we have to face them tomorrow, imposing our positioning, and trying to keep ball possession, trying to threat them their box, their goal. But of course, tomorrow we will defend a lot because they are going to demand in us a lot of defense.
Hello, Unai. You were just saying about how you haven't managed a team here at Ajax before, but you must have managed teams at almost all the major clubs in Europe at some stage. I wonder if that's one of the things that motivates you about playing in Europe, to go and experience all these great cities and great stadiums.
First, I like my job. It's first. And I like to prepare and our team and how we can develop. And of course, how we can play against a lot of teams in Europe. Some teams being better than us, and that is the big challenges I had before, and the big challenge I want to face again. And sometimes as well, how we can be motivated, be excited, playing against some teams at the beginning under our performances, worse than us. And really to try to be competitive always against better teams, worse teams, and try to develop individual and collectively our squad, our players, our tactical ways. This is the really challenges I have every day. And tomorrow for me to play here at Ajax Amsterdam is a very excited moment. I don't know if we are going to be better than them, worse than them, but how we are going to compete against them, and the experiences we had here in Europe in conference this year, and we were speaking with the players this morning, is like that. We started playing against Hibernian. We were better than them, and we were very excited playing before the groups against Hibernian, and we played fantastic. But we started in Warsaw, Legia Warsaw, and we lost. We lost the first match in Europe in groups. And we played the last match we played in Europe in groups before tomorrow against Ajax Amsterdam was in Sinski. And we drew there. And this is the sample. Always Europe is very difficult. And even when you are playing against the better teams, you have to be very motivated, you have to be very competitive to try to beat the opponent. But when you are playing against the worst team, if you are thinking it's going to be easy, they can beat you. And this is my experiences before, and I want to use here.
So that variety that you get around Europe, as you've just explained, that must be a big part of your players and even maybe your sort of footballing education. You find about all these exciting different things.
Yes, of course. The players, they need sometimes as well our help, and they need sometimes the experiences someone have to give them. But the most important for the players as well is their proper experiences they had or they are going to take now. And that is the football way, like I understand, is try to enjoy each moment, try to really be competitive each moment, try to take experiences playing, practicing, like tomorrow. And tomorrow, I think, for Aston Villa, I think for the club, for the coaches, for the workers, for the players, for the supporters, to play tomorrow the first leg and at home next week in Villa Park, I think is very excited and motivated match. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.